Footage for this video is streamed live on twitch.tv/flapjacklive. Link in the description below. I'm going to be taking on the Dark Souls of Kirby games. And by that, I mean I'm going to be playing the first Kirby game ever, Kirby's Dream Land. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, isn't that game actually pretty easy? It is just a game for glue-eating babies at the end of the day, isn't it? Correct. I was once that glue-eating child, as this was the first game I was ever to actually beat all by myself. But what if I told you that there was a hard mode that was actually extremely challenging? This is my journey to beat Extra Game, the genuinely tricky New Game Plus. I have beat Kirby's Dream Land a ton of times. I know the levels like the back of my hand, but as the game doesn't save, I never actually thought to input the code that is presented to you at the end of your first playthrough. By pressing these buttons on the title screen, Extra Game is unlocked. Just how different could it be? As always, our journey starts off in Green Greens, an area known for ease and safety. The structure of the level is the same, but every enemy has now leveled up. They're faster, have new attack patterns, and are just in general more threatening. The main concern, however, are the bosses. Each and every one of them poses a new threat in Extra Mode. I died to Wispy Woods. His barrage of Gordos was too much, and since there aren't any copy abilities in Kirby's Dream Land, I just had to wait and dodge. I was not ready to have to use my brain in order to succeed, but after a few tries, Wispy Woods was finally defeated. Let's go! Oh my god, wait, why was that hard? That had no right being hard. Why was that even hard in the slightest? The next stage went by rather quickly. Lo and La were faster, but didn't have any new attack patterns. The real menace would come in stage 3, Float Island. A single change was made that was so evil, so sinister, that I was in shock. Okay, really? The off-screen falling coconut had changed positions. I was conditioned over the years to hug the right wall as a coconut was primed to fall from the left side, but in this mode, it was switched. I was heartbroken. I couldn't move on. But the actual real threat is the entirety of stage 4. This is without a doubt the hardest singular level of Kirby I have ever played. It had everything from tricky enemy placements to heat-seeking parasols and even jump scares. Most notably though, it had Kracko. Kracko is without a doubt way trickier in this version. His speed at times is almost unreactable. I needed a new strategy. A strat that was so complex and made speedrunning look easy. I ran away and hid in the corner outside of Kracko's reach. I took no damage and beat him handily. Finally, it was time for Mount Dedede, the Kirby classic, the boss rush. Beating some of these bosses by themselves was already hard enough, so going back to back to back to back was going to be something else. Oh, let's go. Oh, I still took a hit? You could drop down with stuff in your mouth? Okay, that completely changes this whole fight. This fight is no longer hard. We're currently struggling with the first one. This is way harder than it has any right to be. Huge, huge, huge. After a few long attempts, I was on to Dedede. There was only one issue though. I was on my last life. If I died, I would have to start the entire stage over again. Considering my history with Dedede fights, I was nervous. It was ugly. With the thought of having to fight every boss again before I had even had the shot to learn all of Dedede's new patterns, I was completely defeated. However, Sakurai still owed me an apology for the coconut incident, and he paid up. I looked up at my screen. Every boss was defeated. My progress had been saved. All I needed to do was grind attempts on the king, so I did. Oh wait, this is down to the wire. Let's go! Finally! Oh my god. And just like that, Extra Mode was completed. It was hard, but man, it was satisfying playing through the world I grew up with from a new, much harder perspective. So, what's the reward? Well, this time we're greeted with a roll call, and all the enemies are presented with their names, which is actually neat. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Grizzo. At the end, we're presented with another code, this time to unlock Configuration Mode, which allows us to change Kirby's maximum health. There's also a sound test, which lets us listen in on the music and sound effects of the game. It's a small reward, but it rounds up a beautifully small game that had such a large impact on my life. Kirby's Dream Land was fully completed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more, let me know by subscribing, leaving a like, and by literally telling me in the comments. there's a lot of Kirby and other game content to come, so if you'd like to watch me lose my sanity to the position of a coconut, come watch me live over on Twitch. The link is in the description. Thanks once again. Have a good one.